Ladies and gentlemen.
And we're back. This is Drew Sitzwith. Tonight I'm joined by Bronwyn Galloway.
Bronwyn, it's me.
The long-awaited Bronwyn episode.
Literally long awaited because you were waiting for a while for me to get here.
I didn't even mean that. I'm sorry.
No, I thought that was good. And I felt really bad. I'm never late to things. That's like kind of a big thing about me.
No, I appreciate that because I've had many people that are late to things. So I appreciate that. Yeah, no, 6 o'clock. You were 10 minutes late or something?
That feels horrible. Like, and also you have no reason to believe me either, right? Because I could be completely lying about.
You could be lying. I called the station, but yeah, you could be lying.
Yeah.
I had to double check. No, I was so happy that you took the train because, like, I'm like, see, Evanston's not that far away, and like, you can go to the city. Yeah. Like, I love when people take the train. I love taking the train. And then, of course, apparently, you're like on the commuter train and you missed our stop.
Yeah, so I have big love for the Metro.
Yeah.
Genuinely love the Metro. The fact that you are like a quick hop, skip, and a jump from my place on the Metro was amazing. And it's just like 3 stops, and I get on, and then I'm standing there waiting to get off. You know, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And we keep going. I'm like, okay. I look around. I'm like, hey, did we skip a stop? And they're like, yeah, this is the train that skips that stop.
That sucks.
It's the only one today. I'm like, oh, lucky me.
Yeah, that's good. So you went all the way to...
what is it, Davis?
Davis,
yeah. I was like, call an Uber to get back down. It's fine.
I know, you're like, I'm saving money. I don't have to, get taking the train. And then you got to still get hit with the Uber.
And I hit my, use the Metro ticket. Like, you don't have to hit that until the conductor comes and is like, tickets. And so I used that too. So it was just.
Yeah. So where do you live?
I'm in Ravenswood area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, okay, wait. And so I'm so confused. You took the Metro, not the CTA.
Not the CTA. Yeah.
Right.
Metro and CTA are technically separate.
Right. But we had the 2 lines in Evanston.
Right.
That is interesting. Yeah. Metro's way nicer, right?
So nice. And you can eat and drink on it.
Totally. And the purple line, because at Howard, I think it switches from, Metro is probably different. For CTA, it goes purple line all the way to Howard, which is the border of, and then it becomes the red line. So it gets kind of sketchy. Where people always say the purple line. So
do they
fancy.
switch it? The actual.
You have to switch the train. Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Trains.
I know, it's so cool. Yeah, Metro's way better. I've taken the Metro north and gone to
Waukesha.
Yeah, Waukegan.
Is it? There's definitely a place called No?
Maybe. You're making me. Do you remember Sharkeisha?
Yes.
Remember that video?
I do, but that's not what I was
Classic.
thinking of. Oh no.
Waukesha might be a place.
It exists.
Wisconsin, probably. That sounds like a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah, I used to live in Wisconsin for a year.
I was about to ask. You kind of have a little bit of a Wisconsinite feel.
Really? I picked up that from just a year. Yeah, I was there in Madison area.
Maybe it's just the hat and the sweater and stuff.
I'm originally East Coaster.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
Upstate New York, Ithaca.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
Love it. I thought everywhere had waterfalls. Because we have just you just run into a waterfall accidentally. You're like, oh, waterfall, casually 100 feet tall. And so I thought I was like, where's your waterfalls? Everywhere I was like, they don't.
Interesting. Is that the Catskills?
Not quite. It's center New York. So
Albany?
Nah, Albany's more east. Yeah, and Buffalo's more west. So we're between Buffalo and Rochester, I believe.
What is there to do in Ithaca, New York?
Oh,
is it a suburban town?
No, it's known for that's where Cornell is. So that's where Cornell is. That's where Ithaca College is. There's a lot of it's great for hiking, great for restaurants. There's a wine, the Finger Lakes wine region.
Finger Lakes.
Yeah, it's right there. And so there's a lot of wineries, which I didn't actually get to do a lot of because I moved before I turned 21 out of there. But,
okay, we're jumping around way too much.
Sorry.
Your name is Bronwyn.
Yeah.
You're from the East Coast.
Yeah.
And you live in Chicago currently after living in Wisconsin for a little bit.
Yes.
And now you do stand-up comedy.
I do.
Okay, so how did you get from New York to Chicago?
Really quick, I went to Syracuse for college, and then I went over for
So you're smart.
Yeah. Syracuse.
Is that an easy school to get into?
A little bit. Depends which school you're getting into. I went to the arts and sciences school, or arts and, the big one. So it's pretty high acceptance. I am smart, but going to Syracuse is not why. But I got a degree in Russian, actually.
Hit me with a little something here.
Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Bronwyn. You can't really say Bronwyn in Russian. There's no W, so you have to say Bronwyn, which is stupid.
Is it the Cyrillic
Yeah.
alphabet?
Cyrillic alphabet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're so many places to go here. Okay, so you went to Syracuse. Let's just stay on this track.
Okay. Yeah. It'll get a little bit more crazy too. So I went to Syracuse and then quickly did like a tech stint in Madison for like a year and then moved to Chicago.
How did you like Madison?
I liked it. I just wish I'd lived in it. I lived in like a kind of suburb outside of it, because work was kind of outside of it, and that meant I just literally didn't experience the city at all. So really love it from what I've heard. I just wasn't there a lot.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
I've heard it's like a magical town.
Yeah. I've heard it's like a bigger Ithaca actually sometimes.
Oh.
So.
I believe Madison. I was about to say the isthmus.
It's an isthmus. There's only. I think there's only 2 isthmuses in the U.S. I think it's Seattle and Madison. And if I'm wrong, I'm mad about it.
That's cool. Okay.
Isthmi?
You're blowing my mind. You knew isthmus. That's crazy. Okay, so
Love an isthmus.
Madison.
It's also just, when do you get to say that word?
Oh,
I'm gonna put this in a joke.
I was waiting. I was about to pounce on it. I was circling Madison. I was like, come on, when can I feed this into the conversation? That's crazy. For the folks at home, an isthmus is like the Panama Canal. It's like a thin stretch of land in between two bodies of water. Boom.
Yeah.
That was sick. Okay, so short stint in Madison. Is that where you finished?
Finished. Yeah. Like, so I just
School?
No. I just did I worked at Epic. Which is like a healthcare software company. So I was a bug finder. I would just try to break the code. What happens if you hit this button 17 times really fast? Or what happens if you slam your hand on the keyboard when you're on this page? Does it break? That was my job. So it doesn't require code knowledge. It just requires familiarity with code. So tech adjacent. And then I came to Chicago for I was in a relationship with someone and I moved in with him after we were just I was visiting Chicago every weekend and loved it way more. So I came here. That was 3.5 years ago. And now I live here and do stand-up. And I've been doing that for a year.
Are you still with the same guy?
No.
Damn. So you stayed even though you guys broke up?
Yeah, I loved the city so much. I was like, this is where I'm going to be.
It's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Had you been to New York City?
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people who grow up in upstate New York go once in a while, but it's
a couple hour drive, I assume, right?
4 to 5 hours from where I am.
It's a haul. Yeah, it's a haul.
I love it as what it is. I just don't know if I could live there, because I don't know. It's like a city of a city. You know what I mean? It's the most city ever. And I just love Chicago. And
it's awesome. I love it too. I love it so much.
I don't want to leave. So.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, this cold is brutal on some people.
Yeah, but we get winters in upstate New York. So
I'm sure.
Pretty used to it. I also studied abroad in Siberia, so that's pretty cold.
Holy shit. Okay, because you learned Russian.
Yeah.
You studied in Siberia. Okay, so where at?
Irkutsk, which is pretty close to Lake Baikal, which is the deepest lake in the world.
Holy shit.
We're really getting into bodies of water.
I know. No, trust me, this is what I love.
And Irkutsk is it's about an hour-ish from the Mongolian border, to give you an idea of where in Asia it is.
So central to eastern Russia.
Exactly. So yeah, pretty.
What is it? U?
IRKUTSK.
This is so ridiculous.
It was really cool. They didn't want to send me there. They don't have a program there. My school.
Oh, it's the big long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lake Baikal. They've got native seals that live there, and they're really fat and cute. And they have the reverse problem that you'd think. There are too many seals. They're trying to figure out what to do because they don't want to let people hunt them, but there are too many.
Why don't they want them to hunt them?
I don't know, but
seals are a native, perfect. It's fatty and it's got a waterproof coat.
I don't want to open that can of worms, but when I went,
Russia doesn't want to open up the can of worms for overhunting. I mean, what the
fair
fuck?
enough. It's probably not a good reason. They have these horrible institutions though, near the lake, where you can pay and go into this tank where they make the Nerpa seals perform. And I mean they'll make them play trumpet.
That's cool.
They have to like and they like wear this pirate costume, and they're like fighting in the pool with swords, and you're like, this is so unethical, but I would never be able to see this in the United States. And they already took us in here, and they took our phones. So
SEALs have already been.
like,
there's some old comedian has a joke where it's like, you know how I get a circus bear, they're like riding the little unicycle or whatever, you know, and it's like bouncing the ball or whatever. It's like, oh, how do you think they do that? And it's like, how do you think they do it? They nail his feet to the pedals and beat the shit out of him.
The worst thing you can think of. That's how they make. Yeah, it's not a natural animal behavior doing that.
I went to SeaWorld maybe 2 years ago in Orlando. I'm anti SeaWorld.
Okay, I'm hearing you out.
Fiance's family trip. We're there. Their grandparents just moved to the Orlando area, and they have SeaWorld season passes. And so every family member that comes, they take to SeaWorld, right? And so it's like, we're going. I can't. I'm not going to protest that much, right?
Right.
Anyways. There was a whole seal show that was cool. It wasn't like trumpets and stuff, but they were kind of sliding around, and it was fun, and that was whatever. But then we did all the shows because Grandma and Grandpa know SeaWorld like the back of their hand. So we have to do all the things, and you get a certain amount of every like hour and a half. You're allowed to get more food, like with like a card or whatever. So it was literally like every hour and a half, we're going to like get ice cream now, and then now it's our time to get chicken fingers. It was crazy. Great. It was a fun time. I'm not shitting on them, but.
And they don't have the orcas anymore, right?
Oh no, they had orcas. The fin on all of them are curled over.
I've seen blackfish
every
times.
single one of them. Okay, so you totally know. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, and the whole time I'm like telling my fiance, like little things the whole day. I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit.
You remember what happened to Tillicum?
And I'm like, they're fucking on Percocet and shit. This is so fucked up. Anyways. And so they do the show, and it was just weird, and they're just like spinning in the thing, and you're just leaving like, oh, this sucks.
Hitting your stomach about what our species has done.
Yeah, it was not cool. Anyways.
But.
So Siberia. So how do you even get there? How do you fly? Like
you got to fly. I flew from Ithaca to JFK to Moscow, and Moscow to Irkutsk. And to give you an idea of like how freaking big Russia is, from Moscow to Irkutsk, the plane flight is 6 hours.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, but it's funny because whenever I was like telling people I was going to go over there to study abroad, I would say I'm going to Siberia, and they're like, wow, do they have electricity? Do they have plumbing? Like, are you going to have a toilet?
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are so ignorant, right? I go and I visit, before I go to Siberia, I visit my friend in Moscow. And I tell her where I'm going. I say, I'm going to Irkutsk in Siberia. She goes, oh my God, do they have like plumbing? Do they have electricity? Like, are you going to, I was like, oh no.
I mean, it's like Alaska times a million, Siberia, right?
It's pretty, I went to a city of 800,000, and that wasn't even the biggest city in Siberia. Yeah.
Okay. Because all I know is that there's basically like kind of cities along the southern border of Russia dotting along, but it's not like major population centers. But 800,000 is a lot.
Huge gaps of like where just people don't live. Yeah. Like it's incredible. It's an incredible.
And nothing very north of that, I assume, right?
There's like Yakutsk, which is like one of the coldest cities in the world. I was not there, and I was there in the fall. The problem is my host mom, Svetlana.
Of course, her name is Svetlana.
Of course, there's only like 4 names. So she didn't have a lot of reference for Americans. She'd only seen movies and TV shows. Mm-hmm. So she thought for dinner every night, Americans ate 2 cheeseburgers. And so that's what she made me every night. That's
hilarious.
And
was it a good burger or was it like fucked?
Yeah. No. It was it was horrible, and I was getting really fat. So I had to like tell her, I was like, I also came here.
Give me some
to
fucking
like
borscht.
Eat Russian food. Yeah, like let's do. Like, what do you eat? Let's eat what you eat. And she was like, well, if you're getting fat, that means I'm doing my job. I want to make you fat so you can survive the winter. Mm-hmm. I was like, A, I'm leaving December.
Yeah.
And B, I think I'm good now. Like I'm insulated. This is a lot because it's also very rude to not finish your plate. So it's like, it's not like I could just eat one burger.
And Russian culture is so like not jokey, and it's kind of cold and
to strangers. That's the big difference between American and Russian culture. Is Russians think Americans are really, really weird for being nice to strangers. They think it's kind of fake because it's like, you don't know that person. Why are you acting like that? Why are you being like, oh, how are you? How was your day? You don't care. So they reserve all their warmth for close relationships and the people that they actually care about in their lives. They're not really nice to strangers, but once you know that, oh my God, they're so generous. And I did like write a cookbook when I was studying abroad. That was like my project. And I would go to families around the city.
2 hamburgers.
Yeah, right. I was like, no, please don't give me American food. Let's do your thing. And I collected the recipes from families and put it all together. But they were so nice. They were like, it just turned into these like 6-hour events of eating and drinking and
That's
stories.
awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah.
How much vodka did you consume while in
Decent
Siberia?
amount.
Yeah.
Decent amount. Yeah. We did one of my most treasured memories. The Addams Family animated movie came out. It did not make a big splash. It was not received that well, but like it was kind of fun to watch movies in Russian. They didn't even have English subtitles. So we went, and you could bring outside food and drink into the theater. They didn't give a shit. We brought a bucket of KFC because they love KFC over there. It's its own fast food category. It's like, oh, you want McDonald's, like all that other, or like the knockoffs, KFC. They love KFC. And so we brought a bucket of KFC and a bottle of vodka, and we were just like
that's fucking
chugging
awesome.
The vodka and eating the fried chicken, watching the Addams Family animated movie in Russian.
Cool. What are the snacks at? I guess because you're in so specific. It's not even just Russia; it's Siberia. So, like, what are the snacks at that place? Like, could you have bought like popcorn at that place? Did they sell that?
I don't know.
Coca-Cola.
They had soda. They had Coca-Cola. Yeah, but never ice. They don't drink iced drinks. For women, they kind of think it's going to freeze your ovaries. So, also the ice isn't really safe to drink. Usually, the drinking water's a little bit iffy, so you wouldn't make ice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's different.
And it's cold as shit anyway, so it's like you want hot drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you heard about this Chinese girly TikTok or whatever, where you're supposed to drink hot water in the morning and it'll give you diarrhea and makes you skinny?
I actually have heard exactly about that. I haven't been brave enough to try because it sounds like a lot, you know?
Yeah. I'm
you
curious.
done it?
No, I haven't. In high school, there was like a year where I would wake up every morning, get right out of bed, and just take a sip of ice cold water. I had like read online that like wakes your body up, like a natural caffeine thing. And for like a whole year I did that, and I could not tell you if it worked or not, but
I'm pretty sure that's like terrible for you, right?
well, that's what
According
the
to
whole
this
Chinese
new
baddie
thing.
bullshit thing is.
Like cold water's bad for the digestive system or something, like slows it down.
Yeah, which I think is true. Like they say like if you chug ice cold water, it'll like hurt your stomach. Or if you chug room temperature water, like in like playing sports or whatever, like don't have ice water.
And I think for sports, when your like muscles are all revved up, it's not good to introduce like a super cold liquid element because your body's like, what?
Your stomach just like
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm like, I also have more faith in my stomach than I think you do. You know, she could take it. It's
I know.
water.
Yeah. When was the last time you shit yourself?
Oh, this came up at an open mic. Because like apparently this is, you know,
You said you trust it.
I do actually. But you're setting me up to fail because I'm gonna like say this and it's gonna happen like next week or something. But I really, as an adult, haven't, and I'm not like and I guess now it's like a ticking.
You're jinxing yourself.
I know.
Yeah. I think it's happened to me twice. Like you said, in your adult life. Like the last time I remember doing that, like I was like at a park when I was like I feel like this was preschool. So how old is that? Like 4 years old or something? 5 years old maybe. I remember that happening. Totally. And my aunt was like, "What the fuck?" It was like a whole thing. And
you
I'm
got shamed?
Yeah, well, yeah. Which I also get that too. It's like I don't want to clean up a 5-year-old shit either. But
well,
so that's my last known memory. And also maybe that was just a traumatic one, so that's why it kind of stuck. I'm sure I shit myself after that. But anyways, then probably when I was like, I'll be generous and say 25 or 24 maybe. I'm 27 now.
You're 27. Okay.
So definitely in the last couple years. But anyways, 2 times there has been a fart that I trusted too much that has got me.
No,
Yeah.
in public?
One was at work, and I do construction, so I had to deal with it in a porta potty, which was horrible, terrible,
Sorry.
traumatic. I got a venti cold brew, just black, and I just really. Anyways, and then the other time was here at my house while I redid the bathroom. And so I didn't have a shower for probably like a month or so. So I was showering out of my kitchen sink. And I was working here late by myself and whatever. I was like kind of living here, kind of living at my parents' house still. And yeah, it happened. And it was like I just like threw my underwear away. And I was just like naked in my kitchen just being like, what the fuck are you doing? Like one time at 25, okay. 2 times in the like that's way too close, you know.
You like yeah.
I hit my threat. I hit like a 10-year. I should have had like
used them up.
I used
That's it.
So anyways, I don't trust myself at all. I don't trust myself for shit.
I'm dreading when it's gonna happen, I guess now.
You're late,
but
though, too.
I think part of it is like I work from home now, so that like
True.
does decrease the chance of.
True.
Yeah, and I'm pretty regular too, so it would have to be something weird.
What is your diet like?
A lot of eggs. And I mean, like, I had to stop myself from eating 6 eggs a day because I was like, I don't think any doctor.
I think that's good. I think that's fine.
6 eggs a day?
I feel like eggs are like a superfood, right?
They are. There's also cholesterol in them, right?
I think that might be one of those bullshit things. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it's
Just
bullshit.
keep telling yourself that, yeah.
I think it's bullshit.
That's like the sugar lobby said that, it's cholesterol that's killing people or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Oh, sugar versus fat. We can talk about that whole war all day.
I feel like that, yeah. So recently, I hate to do this because I always tell my new health tip on the podcast, but I'm going to say 3 weeks now, pretty consistently, I'm going from like 8 o'clock at night from not eating to then I'm trying to get to like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'm trying to go like 12 hours, 14, trying to get to 16 hours not eating, like an intermittent fasting thing. Because I feel like my stomach is just kind of always bloated. So I'm like, I feel like if I just sort of like cleared the system, you know? And I feel like I feel better, but then also I'm kind of like, I don't know, is this just like a placebo thing? Or?
Well, but if you feel better, right? It doesn't matter if it's placebo.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm a bad like late night snacker because I'll get back from an open mic and I'm like,
that's true. You're up way later than me.
Yeah. Like the other couple nights I've been just like coming home and like frying 2 eggs and like making like a breakfast sandwich and just like chowing down.
Sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I was eating a breakfast sandwich every day before work. I was cooking it and bacon and eggs and cheese and bread and stuff. And it started as like just like one piece of bread that would like fold over, and it was just 1 egg, 1 strip of bacon, and then just kind of some hot sauce. And then it became just like this slowly, just this massive beast. Then I'm like, this is like 1,000 calories off rip.
Did it start to take longer to make it too?
Oh, I was spending an hour before work. Yeah.
I started doing the Mondo. Like I'd be like avocado, tomato, like cheese, get like, but I was like, what am I think it's 10:30. I think I need to start work 90 minutes ago. Like this is.
Well, you work from home, so that's like a cheat code.
Yeah. I do like it. It's really nice for flexibility. And it lets me conserve a lot of social energy for comedy. I don't know if I'd be able to do the amount that I do after work if I worked in person. So.
Yeah, you know how Mondays go.
See right there. No open mic that night. That'd be it. I'd be done. But no, yeah, it's I think it's interesting to see everyone's the amount that they feel like keeps them good every week. Like some people are like, I need to hit 15, otherwise I'm slacking. I'm like, I'm good with, I don't know, 4 to 5 is like pretty okay with me. Sometimes I do less, sometimes I'll do more. It depends. Yeah. But I feel like
you're saying you don't have the addiction feeling as much.
Definitely have the addiction feeling. To me, it is not fed by like quantity as much of mics as more like the quality. Like once I get like a really good mic experience and I like got the time and like worked on some new stuff, saw my buds, that like checks the box for me. I don't need to then seek that out at like 3 other mics that night necessarily, unless it's a vibe and I'm going and people are heading there. That's fine.
Sure. Y'all jump in the car and head
it's
to the
not
next
like I'm
spot.
like, I still like if I just want to have a good one usually. Once I do, it's fine.
Plus you're 3 or 4 a week. I mean, that's very consistent still. But yeah, I guess the only difference would be like the quantity of mics, right? Like in 1 year, if you did however many compared to somebody who did 15 a week, you know, obviously their stage time is way higher than yours, but does stage time also equal better joke writing? Not necessarily.
It can. And I mean, I'm not even like trying to sound like this, but like I've been lucky enough to have like a lot of kind of consistent like shows. Like I'll usually have like 1 or 2 shows a week now. So that can like, that helps me with getting stage time as well. Whereas like when I started, I was way more like hitting open. I was probably hitting like 10 consistently at like my hardest grinding stage. But now like it's kind of, I get stage time in different ways.
So is that a good way to make friends? Because you came here with a boyfriend, then you break up and you're kind of just like in this city that you love, but like,
yeah.
Did you know anybody besides him?
Actually,
you work from home, so you're not even like meeting girls at work or anything.
Exactly. I had like a friend group that I got to keep on to like after the relationship, but really I didn't know that many people. And comedy was an awesome way to meet people. I've met so many, I mean, hundreds. It's crazy.
They're all psychopaths, but
yeah, right. Like 90% of them or whatever. But no, there's some good eggs. And I genuinely, I don't know. Someone told me a couple months ago, he was like, I can't wait until you hate it because you're going to get so much better. And I was like, that's really interesting. And I can see your perspective on that. Personally, I don't want to hate it. That's not what I'm really here for. Yeah. Like I'm doing this because I am crazy, because I have that bug or whatever. And I love it. Like me loving it is what's part of what's making me good. So I don't really want to get there. But I see what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. You said you're a year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's like nothing, right?
Yeah, it's technically nothing.
Not to demean you or anything.
No,
but
it is. It's nothing. I mean, and like I have friends who span like the whole spectrum. Some people have been doing 10 plus years, and some just started like me. And I know it's nothing. So that makes me really excited because I was able to, in my mind, accomplish a lot in 1 year. Yeah. Like I did 50 shows my first year, and that was like I felt really good about that.
Sure.
And you know. Only up from here, but...
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Do you know Dean Del Rey? He's a comedian in L.A.
I don't think so, actually.
He would, I think, open for Burr and stuff. He's kind of like this old rocker guy sort of thing. Anyways, I always thought it was cool. I heard he has numbered every single set he's ever done.
Whoa.
And he's been doing it for whatever, 10, 15 years or whatever. So it's like he's got every single... It's kind of sick. He's got this whole like crazy notebook or something. And
I think I admire that. I used to do that with mics, and now I lost track of those. I am keeping track of the shows because I want to I like that number. That number is cool to me.
Yeah, that is cool.
But I know people like that too who have like the spreadsheets. I do have spreadsheets, but not for that. More like my shows I want to do and stuff, and like put when I submit it and all that, and try to keep it organized. And my all my clips.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm not like that at all. So how did we get connected? Are you friends with Tommy Saxton? Is that the connection? Or
I am friends with Tommy Saxton. I know I also saw Jason did your podcast, and but was it Tommy?
I don't know. I feel like I've been following you for a while, but it doesn't matter. I guess you're friends with all the same people.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah. A lot of overlapping circles, and I'm excited to.
It's cool. I like broke into this like little scene. I don't do stand up, so I just like have been interviewing all these people. But
I want to know like a little bit like how did this get started?
Oh. Joe Rogan. I just love podcasts. I listen to podcasts every day, and I've been doing this for 3 years now, which is crazy. So I just love, and so I love stand-up comedy and whatever, and so I just think you guys are also so funny and interesting, and it's been a good way. Like my first whole year was just like me and my friends getting drunk, or people from like my high school, right, from like 5 years before, whatever, and that was cool, and people from high school liked it and stuff, and it was fun, but it was like. One, it was hard to get people to come on a second time, and it was also hard to get my friends to keep doing it because after a while they're like, I just want to hang out with you. I don't want to like,
right.
Which I understand that. But so then I'm like, okay, I need to like be getting people that are trying to like become famous or like trying to do something, right? So I'm like, okay, the Joe Rogan thing, obviously all stand-ups. I try to get a bunch of different people, musicians and stuff. But sometimes musicians also suck. They're like not trying to be funny or interesting, right?
Yeah.
So, or a comedian is like, tap dancing for me. So I just think it makes it better.
I was a competitive dancer for 12 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
In Russia?
No. In the U.S.
Tap dance or like Irish step or something? Or?
It was jazz, tap, lyrical, ballet, sometimes contemporary, precision. I did point for a little bit, hip hop, and so I did all those.
You should post a video of you doing like each one of those styles. Like hip hop seems insane next to like the classical or whatever the fuck.
Hell yeah.
What is lyrical dancing?
Lyrical is like, I was just gonna say it's like sad. It's usually sadder music. It's like it's hard to describe. It's just more flowy, and I would say it's more of a cousin to contemporary and like than jazz. Jazz is kind of like closer towards musical theater. Of
course, yeah.
And lyrical tends more towards like contemporary, but like pretty, because contemporary has a reputation sometimes for being like the flexed foot, like like kind of like dramatic but like weird type. I'm not saying that, but like some people say that. And lyrical is just like a little bit prettier.
Interesting.
Heavily ballet influenced.
Did you do ballet as a kid?
I did. Yep. I did ballet, and I did point but I was not right for point. You can be not right for point. My ankles were not good for it. And I was like, I didn't know because I thought everyone was in agony like me. I was like, yeah, this is the class where we just like try not to cry for 45 minutes or whatever. And so I said that to the teacher, like kind of as a joke. I'm like, you know, I hate this so much. It hurts, you know? And she's like, well, it's not supposed to hurt the whole time. There are points where it should hurt, but you're in pain the whole time. I'm like, you're gonna stop. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so when you're saying point, that's when you're standing on the toe. Mm-hmm. Where did that even come from? What is that?
It's super old. I actually don't know where it originated, but Russia also has a huge
Feels
history
very Russian,
of, it might have been there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ballerina. Is that a Russian thing? Is that like a Russian word?
I believe.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
It also could be French, right?
Yes. Well, ballet is a French word. Wait, are we like literally forgetting that it's probably French?
I said ballerina. You said ballet.
Yeah, but
ballet, is that French? I feel like it's like
ET with the because I
say
French.
anything in a French accent. Oh shit!
French.
You're a
Russian.
linguist.
My mom's a linguist.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think French. I think ballet is French, like buffet, right? Maybe. I'm not sure about that one.
Okay, let's see. Italian Renaissance courts.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Ballet does sound Italian. 15th and 16th centuries as a lavish spectacle blending music, dance, and poetry before being formally developed and codified in France under King Louis the XIV. Is that 14th?
XIV, yes, that's 14th.
It began as an entertainment for nobility, later transitioning from courtly geometric floor patterns to professional theatrical performances. Interesting. So I bet Russia, just like in the 17th century or whatever, just like
Took it
from Europe, you know, just it became a thing, I'm sure, through the court system or the you know, the kings and shit, whatever.
Yeah, they excel at it. They're very, very good at it.
Well, it's because they can. Eastern Europeans can be told what to do and they'll do it.
There's a different culture over there, for
Definitely.
sure. And like I think a lot of the same maybe in like gymnastics, right? They're known for like really intense coaching,
Definitely,
and breaking people's spirits
and raping gymnasts, right?
Yeah, we had it wasn't an American who did that, Larry Nasser.
That does sound right. I feel like any man who is a female coach of children's sports is probably a pedophile. I don't know. I mean,
at least like double check.
At least double check. And
just
gymnastics,
like one day when he's not expecting it, pop your head in, right? Sorry, keep going.
Or just like leave like on his desk and just like see what he does.
Right.
Like if he spazzes, okay, he's not a pedophile. But
right, if he throws up, good.
That's terrible. That's so horrible. Sorry.
It's
sorry to derail that.
No. But
so you're a dancer. So me and my fiance were talking like what sports to put, like if or when we have kids, like what would you like want to put the kids in or whatever. And I was like, ballet, that seems like a good thing for a girl. It's like it's still feminine, but you're still like learning skills and discipline, and like you said, your feet kind of hurt, but you got to push through it. Like there's certain like lessons you're learning and stuff.
Is that the lesson I gave from that story?
I'm just saying it's not
it hurts,
like
but push through it. I feel like actually I said she made me quit because it hurt.
Okay, you get my point. Or like with musical instruments, you're learning different skills, but the physical endurance or whatever you want to call it is not there the way that sports is, but or ballet is sort of like I would say like an in-between maybe or something like that, where like you're not making your kid I don't even know what's a hard girl sport. Softball doesn't seem that hard, I guess.
Field hockey,
yes.
Lacrosse,
sure.
Lacrosse is intense.
That is intense. Yeah, I played lacrosse myself, not female lacrosse, but men's lacrosse.
Right.
The girls have the little goggles. It's so funny.
Oh, only the girls have goggles?
Men wear helmets.
Huh.
With like a face mask and everything.
What more are you allowed to do that merits wearing helmets?
You're checking people. You're slamming into them.
Can you do that in women's?
I don't believe so. No. So yeah, they've got these little goggles where it has like a metal, just like a face mask. It has like a little metal bar thing. It's so funny. I can't do this. I'm trying to have my laptop so I can Google stuff because I never do that, but I'm like, I gotta make the show better. But now I'm just like going off on tangents trying to Google shit. So. Anyways, it's dumb. And then the girls' sticks are different. Do you know anything about, have you played lacrosse?
No.
But it's big in upstate New York.
It's big in upstate New York. Yeah, because it's it originated like with the like native.
Yeah, the Iroquois
groups.
tribe was
Yeah,
like
the
this
Iroquois-
legendary
the
like
Iroquois.
lacrosse team. Yeah, there's like these like 3 brothers when I was growing up. They all like long ponytails. They were like fucking badasses.
Iroquois was talked about a lot, actually. I think my school did a pretty good job of like at least making us aware of like the lands that we were around, and like we would go on like trips to visit historical sites. We had a couple representatives of local groups come in, and I remember one of them was so impactful that I just like he left, and after his presentation I just started crying, and I was like, that's kind of like odd, but I was just like I don't know, really moved. And you know, I was a really sensitive child, so that like adds up a lot. My mom just told me that when I visited home, she was like, do you know what your like daycare like would always tell me is that you were a sensitive child. I'm like, okay,
Thanks, Mom.
I don't know what to do with that, you know. Like, of course I was
An empath is what you're saying.
I was like, well, I just had ADHD. You just needed to take me to a doctor.
Do you have Adderall? Do you take Adderall?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's so like life's so much better now.
You think
know?
so?
Well, yeah, my mom has it too. She has ADHD, and she always told me growing up. She's like, "Oh, it sucked that I got diagnosed so late in life in college. It was so late for me. I wish I'd been diagnosed earlier. I really blame my mom for this." And I'm standing there at like 21 years old, looking at her, going, because that had just happened to me, and I was like, "So you could have broken that cycle,
literally,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, that didn't have to continue. You just okay." So, and she was like, "Isn't that funny?" I'm like, "It is funny," and so now I'm on that, and
Nice.
I wish I had been on it. I really could have accomplished probably a lot more.
Yeah. But you said you were a smart kid.
I was. I kind of compensated for it by just like, you know, being super like, I mean, I was always doing assignments the day before though. Like, I don't think there was a single essay I didn't write the day before.
Same.
Like, all the signs were there, but I got through it and kind of under the radar, which I think a lot of women can do or tend to do. Like, it presents differently in us because I had like a, you know, really high GPA, so you wouldn't think that there was anything going on.
You're not a little boy who's like banging his head on the desk.
Yeah, I'm the girl who is staring straight ahead, but nothing is. I'm not taking in what's going on.
Right, you're just thinking about other shit the whole time.
Yeah,
It's so interesting. What about therapy? We've been talking about therapy a lot on the show.
I think I'm gonna break up with my therapist because she might be a bad person. So she was telling me, she was like, I like to laugh at obese people in public, and I was like, well, how does that connect to my story? You know, like that was a non sequitur.
You're like, bitch, are you calling me fat?
Yeah, right. I'm like, huh? And
what a weird thing to say to a client.
yeah.
You think you'd like say that to like your friend drunk at midnight? Like, what the fuck?
I was also telling her a story about like someone overtly cheating on someone else, and she was like, oh, they didn't cheat, they violated that person's boundaries. I'm like, yeah, by cheating, you know what I mean? Like that's a weird way to like.
She was like texting.
Yeah. I was like, all right. She also talks about herself a lot during the session.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for that too, you know? And I'm like that.
Sure.
She'll just share an anecdote. And I'm like,
That would be such a hard story or such a hard job.
oh, I guess. I think so.
Like you're just like
If
listening
you do
to
a
people
good job,
all
it's
day.
hard.
Well, yeah, if you care. It's so fascinating. And like, how many people can a therapist have?
I think a lot.
Like, are you banging out 10 different clients a day?
I mean, like Brian, I mean, Tim, sorry. Yeah. Just
Right. And then it's like, no, like, your mom's a fucking cunt, and we said we're not talking about her anymore. And you're like, my mom just fucking died.
I love my mom. Yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Right. And you're
She's like looking at her hand. It's like all
trouble
smeared.
completing things. Like,
Right.
I don't have that problem.
Right. Jesus Christ. What about the online therapist? Have you ever done that?
No. Well, mine I do see virtually, but she is a real
you do?
person and she lives in Chicago. So
Just an AI therapist?
I've heard BetterHelp and the ones like that are interesting because
That's real people, I thought.
it should be, but apparently they don't have super stringent like checks on people being like certified correctly and stuff, so things can slip through the cracks and you can end up with someone who's really not licensed to be doing what they're doing. Yeah, but the AI therapist thing, that is the most terrifying thing to me because I'm like, if there's one area we don't need a device doing the thinking for this, it's this, right?
Totally.
Like, it's not sophisticated. We should not be agreeing it's sophisticated enough to do this. People could be dealing with like genuine mental health struggles.
Oh, yeah.
So like, no.
No, it's like It's like a robot priest where you're just like confessing all your sins to and just like on record forever. Yeah. Oh my God. Fuck that.
There's some things that are uniquely human. In fact, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but I'm pretty overall anti-AI in general. I don't think it's a great thing. And I would love to see less of it. So
totally.
It's especially in the arts. Leave arts alone. That's what.
Yeah. Arts, sports.
Robots should be taking the stuff we don't want to do, not the things that make us human.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard Tim Dillon say that, where he's like, we're having them make the movies. It's like, what the fuck? Well, we're supposed to have them do the paperwork so that we can make the movie. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Literally. It makes no sense at all. I don't know if I've just like completely missed it. I don't see in my little sphere of comedy, I don't see AI a lot, except in the occasional like, for like sometimes like promotional materials or anything, but like with the joke writing, unless people are doing it secretly and I feel like they're probably just not succeeding. It would break my heart a little bit if someone like super succeeded and was purely using AI. I think that'd be really unfortunate. I don't believe it's happening around me. I would be surprised.
Yeah, like the next big comic has a big special, like the next big special, whatever, breakout stand-up comedian, and then like it leaks that like he's been using like his ChatGPT history leaks or something, and you're like, oh shit, all of his bits are here. That's crazy.
It's just like, it seems like something that it can't really touch because so much of it is right, like a special, which I never understood before I did comedy. I never knew this before I looked behind the curtain. But I think a lot of general public is surprised when you realize a special might have taken that person 10 years to put together, right? With all these bits that they've been trying, all the places that they've gone and tried these jokes. It is a like honed, lots of time and energy. It is not like an hour they just wrote, a few.
Well, the good ones at least.
Exactly. So, like it doesn't seem like something that you'd be able to, unless you were propped up by like a lot of money from an outside thing, that you'd be able to even get to that point of having a special like with that, because it kind of requires the work that's needed. But
right, it would be like if Netflix was, what do they call that with music, like an industry plant. Like if Netflix took a kid who has been doing it for like 2 years, who was hot on TikTok and was like, fuck it, we'll hire like a whole, but again, you would do a writing team. You wouldn't do ChatGPT, but maybe it'd be even fuck it cheaper. You don't have to have a writing team.
Yes, but it's like at that point, like, what's it all for? What are we doing?
Totally.
Totally and like agree. It's the same thing. I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but when people cheat at bar trivia and like look up the answers on their phone,
right?
It's like, yeah, we know you can do that.
Yeah.
You didn't discover that cheating trick.
Everybody's got a phone.
The point is that we're all trying to see what we can do with our heads, right? So it's like, yeah, buddy, sure. If you want to get semi-far in comedy by like phoning it in and like cheating and like using AI, I mean, like, okay, but why are you doing it then?
Yeah. You're also not going to learn how to write a joke.
No. Yeah. And like, will that feel good? Like, not to be like, is that going to feel hollow? Is it going to feel good? The
problem is people that do that shit don't have that feeling. Like, they're not a good person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're stealing money from the state of Minnesota, you're sleeping perfectly fine at night. You don't have that pit in your stomach. I don't think so, at least. I think if you're willing to do, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's true that like I agree, because I was at this comedy show seeing Hannibal Buress. I don't know if you know Hannibal.
Yeah. Chicago legend.
Really, really like his stuff.
Outed Bill Cosby as a fucking rapist.
Yeah, and he's so funny. I was a couple rows back from him, and this couple right in front of me were having a full-on conversation throughout his set, as if they were watching this on Netflix at home. Oh my God. And it was so unbelievable, because we were all like, because you realize if someone's comfortable doing that already, they are not going to be swayed by someone being like, hey, like it's already gone past that point, because it's like, oh, if they knew it was rude, they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. But it's a tricky situation, because you have to start polite, because if you come in off rip being like, shut the fuck up, boom, automatic altercation. Exactly. But if you go, hey, can you guys, and then it's like, dude, I told you 3 fucking times, shut the fuck up or get out. Like,
right.
But again, that's what a good person thinks.
Yeah.
And a good person really just sits there and you go, this fucking sucks, but I guess I just have to listen to this.
And that's what happened. Not a single person said anything.
Of course.
Because I don't know, you don't want to like contribute to the
put yourself
disruption.
in a situation.
You all secretly kind of always want the comedian to say something, right?
Oh, of course. And that's why when the comedian would say something, everybody would be like, yes, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Because it's like that's the ultimate authority in the room at that moment is the person on the mic. If you're talking and the person you paid to see goes, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But again, if you're talking in the show, it's like you don't care about anything. You probably don't even know who this guy is. You just bought a ticket and you're just kind of like here for whatever.
It's crazy. People don't really know how to. I mean, people do know how to behave in public, but it's the very visible like group of people that don't is kind of annoying.
Is that like a racial joke or something?
No. Okay. I just mean like in general.
You're talking about those
there's
kind
just
of
always
people.
that stick out as like, oh, you
no, it's so funny. Like when someone's like on speakerphone in line at Starbucks and you're like, or a public FaceTime, you're like, who the fuck are you? Like, what?
And you're like, now I know who you are because like I hear your conversation, you know, like I know you're
a jackass.
Dan.
Yeah, exactly. No,
hey, Dan, get off the phone.
On the job site, we build houses, so it's like a lot of different people in and out and stuff. And anyways, people will be playing music on radios out loud. Every crew has a little radio, or whatever. Which I understand it, and whatever, I get it. But it's like I have headphones that I wear all day, and a lot of people wear headphones now, and it's not 1985, right? So like. But I get it. If you got like a crew of 5 people and you're all working in the kitchen and it's like, yeah, you turn the radio on, I get that. That's not really what bothers me. What bothers me is when the Mexican painters are upstairs blasting their music. And then you have the Polish fucking carpenter guys who are like playing their like, Euro EDM shit. And it's like, neither of you can hear anything. And you're both probably pissed off about it, but you're trying to like turn it up louder to like fight each other. It's so fucking crazy. I don't know. That
kind of sounds awesome, though. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just the way you're saying it. But
sometimes you will be like,
like you discover a new genre. Like, they blend at the right time, and you're like, ooh, this is... Don't change anything.
That's actually hilarious.
I don't know. I love...
If I was a musician, I could do that. I would pull some, like, classic Mexican banda song and then mix it with fucking 2001 EDM.
I love things that are like for dance, trying new things, but within the same vein. Like I have that dance background, but I'd never done Latin dance. And then my friend Xavier Smith, I don't know if you know Xavier.
I don't think
he's another comic.
Oh, cool.
But he's also secretly, not even secret, a fantastic dancer. And I mean that as a dancer, he's a fantastic dancer. Wow. He is incredible and a really good teacher too. So he like started teaching me like cumbia and bachata and all that. So I've gotten into that a little bit too, and it's just like so fun to be able to be like, I have a set of skills, I'm going to apply it to like something adjacent, basically. Yeah.
I feel like if you could play the guitar, okay, you learn classic rock, but then it's like, all right, let's try out, whatever, something totally different, blues or what,
Right.
That's not that different. What?
I used to play cello. I don't know if you play anything.
Cello. Yeah. Is that big?
There is bass, but it's like the next size down. Okay. So it's like the one you hold in between your legs and have up here. Yeah. Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma.
Played cello.
Gotcha. Cellist.
Cellist.
Can you still play, or is that like...
I could probably do better than a third grader still, but I do miss it. I wish I hadn't stopped. Again, I stopped all these things before I got the diagnosis, and I wish I'd just like kind of held on a little bit longer.
Yeah. Cello's tough, though, because it's like... You can play it at your house, obviously, but it's not like piano.
Right. And you have to buy a plane ticket if you bring it on a plane. Oh. It's that big. It's a person.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I was always like very jealous of the violinists. They're like,
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Just bring my violin everywhere I go.
Plus, violin is like, okay, you can play the violin, but then you can also play the fiddle. So it's like you kind of have two different things in your pocket, where cello, it's like, I don't even know what it sounds like, but...
That was pretty close.
That was more oboe.
It was more whale, but
yeah. Can you do any sound effects?
I can do a really annoying one.
Okay. What is that?
I don't know. I just always do that as a kid, and then people would be like, "What is that?" That is the exact reaction.
Gotcha.
But see, I almost love doing it just because people will try to do it and not do it. Yeah, you just say like whirl, whirl, whirl into like that.
It's like a fake asshole?
Yes.
Whirl, whirl, whirl. Okay. So no like animal, you can't do like a whale sound or... You got nothing?
Is that a whale?
That's close. I got a pretty good horse. Now I'm embarrassed. I feel like my face just got red.
That was really good. Oh, it wasn't even done.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Not even a little bit more?
I'm getting stage fright now.
I feel like I
can just like envision my hands like going up in the air, you know?
Oh man. I do like animals. I took a
I hate them.
what?
Just kidding. Nobody ever says that.
It's true actually. My dad hates animals. And I took an intro to like zoo management class, so 1 credit in college, and they would like bring in zoo animals because it was like the director of the zoo. And
That's
like,
cool.
Wow, you could just be here.
Yeah.
And they had this sloth that they brought in, Lola, and she had her tongue she was like, the whole time, and
That's cool.
yeah, she was super cool.
Yeah. That's cool. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to be a zoologist. I'm going to like be a farmer. And then you're like, oh, animals smell like shit all the time and they're disgusting.
Yeah.
You think of it as like this cute little like panda bear and you're like, no.
I know. Right. You can't I grew up in upstate New York and there's farms, right? So like in the summer, the smell of horse shit would just like waft down from the farm up there onto my, and it's just like, yeah, it's quintessential upstate New York vibes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Stinks like shit.
I mean, when the wind current takes it, you know, it's whatever.
I've never been to the East Coast. I've not been many places actually, but never like Pennsylvania, New York.
Pennsylvania you can skip.
Something like that. I know it's not really New England, but
I didn't mean Philly.
Philly seems cool.
No one get mad at me. Philly's
actually,
awesome.
I've been to Pittsburgh one time.
Philly's awesome. Pennsylvania, just to me, all my family's in Maryland, so we would go from New York to Maryland all the time. And Pennsylvania just was always the state that was 4 hours of driving to get through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That makes sense. How did you like Maryland?
Love Maryland. Old Bay, crabs, seafood, and all my family.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Where do they live?
My family is all kind of like from the Baltimore area. Like I think like Laurel is where my mom's from, and they do have slight accents. There's like ways that words are different. Like they'll say "ol" instead of "oil," and
Ol?
and they say "har" instead of "horror."
They like swallow the O, I think is what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mid-Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic.
And Philly kind of has that too, but it's like a little different. They kind of have like a baby voice, I feel like.
I don't know about that.
We were in Vegas and we were watching the Bears-Eagles game where the Bears beat the Eagles. It was insane that we beat the Super Bowl champs from last year, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was in a sports book watching the game with my brother-in-law when we get married, and then the table next to us was this guy in all Eagle shit, and I had my beers gear on, we were watching, we were cheering, right? And by the end of the game, once like we had sort of won, the guy was kind of like giving us a little shit throughout, but being very friendly. Anyways, he's like, yeah, I lived in Philly forever. I'm retired in Vegas. I love it. And it was just really funny. But to hear this like kind of older guy talk in this, I can't even do the accent, but it was just so funny. And I wanted to be like, you're doing it.
You're one of them.
You're doing the thing. Yeah. But I don't know.
I love accents.
Yeah, it's so fascinating.
You know the Memphis one?
Yeah, we've discussed the Memphis, like the black Memphis accent, right?
I am specifically thinking of the Glorilla interview. Yeah. Of course. I love Glorilla. Yeah. And yeah, I think she talks like, I love her talk.
They say Earl. Or whatever. They have two different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool accent.
She's like beautiful spirit or whatever. Yeah. Beautiful spirit. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Memphis?
I've not been. I've been to. No, I don't think I've been to Tennessee.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
My sister, after 8th grade, we took her on a trip. It was like we got to go somewhere, whatever. And it was so we went to Nashville, Memphis, and then Pigeon Forge, which was like a kind of like a almost like Wisconsin Dells sort of town, like up in the Smoky Mountains. So we did like all of Tennessee. But anyways, we went to Memphis, and this is the only thing I remember was we went to the Elvis Presley, Graceland house or whatever. Very underwhelming.
Oh, don't gotta.
It was like a regular house, like a completely regular house from the 70s. They're like you'd be like, oh, this is my grandma's house,
Right.
And then they had all this memorabilia all over the walls. And it was like, you couldn't go upstairs, and it was just like a kind of, whatever pathway. Everybody was walking in line, and then that was kind of it. And it was like, oh, this fucking sucked.
Oh.
but we went with my great grandparents on this trip as well. And so they're like, Elvis Presley, you know, it was like
he was my neighbor.
Exactly. It was a big deal for them. So, and it was hot as fuck. And then we saw the big Bass Pro Shop pyramid. And yeah, I kind of was like, yeah, fuck Memphis.
Well, now I don't know if I need to go. I feel like I
think
saw
you
it. But old folks, I played Elvis I did like a shift. Okay. I did a medical program senior year of high school where I just followed around doctors because I thought I wanted to be a doctor. It was a whole thing. One of the shifts was at an old folks home, specifically with folk like that had Alzheimer's, like dementia.
That's horrible.
It was rough. And I would like play songs for them and they would perk up Elvis, right? Because like music reactivates a lot of the stuff, and they would like sing along even though they could barely like remember their own names.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of sad. Sometimes I would see a man like literally cheat on his wife in front of her because he forgot that they were married, and I was like,
yeah.
But my name, when you forget everything every 5 minutes, and your name is Bronwyn, and you're like introducing yourself to these people, that was my hell.
What is it?
Yeah. What? Bron, I'm like, you just got this. You don't remember, but
You just got to go. My name's B.
I changed it to Kelly.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, my name's Kelly. It's nice to meet you.
That's hilarious.
But the staff were like, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
That's hilarious. The great grandfather who was on this trip with us that I'm talking about, we called him Poe. It was Ed, but whatever. His name was Poe, and he was a country music fan forever, like old school, right, old timey country music. That was his thing, and would watch westerns, you know, until the day he died, and whatever. That was his thing, and the last maybe year or like 6 months before he died, which was very recently, but anyways, he got into Frank Sinatra. Never was like that Sammy Davis, wasn't into that music at all.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, he just like loved Frank Sinatra and always wanted to listen to Frank Sinatra. And my great grandmother Mamo, who is still with us, God willing, she was just like, you know, they've been married since they were like 16 or whatever the fuck. She's like, he never liked Frank Sinatra. Where's this coming from? It was so weird. But so anyways, at his funeral, they played My Way, which is like, you know,
I did it my way.
Yeah. And at the funeral, it was like, this is fucking awesome.
That's
like,
kind of awesome.
It was a good song, but and all the back of all our heads were kind of like, it's kind of weird. Like it should be like a weird, you know, cowboy song, but
this is a recent liking of his. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I like Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, it's great. I can't listen to that song anymore. I just think of the funeral, but no, it's cool.
Do you yourself like go to comedy shows a lot? Like, do you like to consume comedy?
I don't watch any stand-up specials anymore. I've been to a handful of like big time comedy shows. Okay. I went to a Don't Tell show one time, which was cool.
Love Don't Tell.
It was all just local comedians I didn't know. And then I also, Tyler Fowler, do you know him? Mm-hmm. He did the pod, and then he went to a spot in Evanston. And so me and him went there together, and I thought it was so sick. He's like, yeah, we're comics on the show. Like, we're coming in. And he, like, got me into the show for free. I was like, fuck, this is sick.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get me into the green room, which, whatever, it's okay. No big deal. Anyways, but so I watched that show, and that was pretty good. And I watched until, I think I saw, like, 3 or 4, and then he went on. And it was like, it was a regular show. But there was, like, not that many people there. Mm. It's a music venue. It's called Space. But anyways, at the end, there was like a band that was supposed to like close the show or whatever. And I was just getting so uncomfortable at the thought of like this band playing like their heart out with like, you know, I'll say 20 people in the crowd, probably less. And so literally I just like, right when that guy went off and I could tell the music about to start, I just like went to the bathroom and just left. I'm like, I'm out. Oh. I felt so bad because I like Tyler. He was a very nice guy.
I didn't know where that was going. I thought, okay. I thought you were going to be like the biggest audience, but like you were just going to be the crowd.
No, and I never do that sort of thing. Like I'm the guy that will just be like, no, this is actually good. But I was just like, fuck it. I don't know.
So not like a ton of.
I don't do any open. I've never gone to an open mic. I've never, done what's Red Room that's over here, right in Evanston. I've never done that. Never been there before. Red Room's a really good
room. That's actually, I did my first when I was trying to figure out. I kept saying to people that I wanted to try stand up, and I got really annoyed hearing that because I was like, you don't get points for wanting to do something, right?
Yeah.
You get points for doing it. So I was like, fine, but doing an open mic kind of feels scary. So what's something that's like kind of next to it?
Yeah.
And the Red Room had like a like free drop-in, just like comic writing session. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I'll just do that. So I brought my notebook and I went. So, but I was also kind of pretending like I was a comic, right? Because everyone was like, oh yeah, what jokes are you trying out? And like, da, da, da. So I get up on stage to like, I'm like, guys, this is my first time on stage. They're like, what? And then afterwards I was talking to, well, we're actually friends now, but Natalie Whalen was there, and she's hilarious. But I remember I told her, I'm like, I did this to like try to like get the nerve up to do an open mic. And she was like, girl, just do an open mic.
Yeah.
This isn't going to like necessarily, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right.
No, but I like that. It's a good way for you to like kind of break the seal a little bit. Like, okay.
Yeah, I thought it like made sense, but also her like just fully being like totally honest and being like, just do an open mic. Like,
right, don't be a pussy.
Like, yeah, basically. And it's kind of what I needed, because I needed someone to be like, what are you waiting for? There's one tomorrow. You know, like. That's
cool. But I mean, it's so intimidating, I'm sure. Also, like, to be able to talk to the people before you go up, I would be so fucking nervous not knowing anybody there yet. And you're just like, fucking kill me.
I know. Because I also didn't even know if I was, because you always, this is something like comics will talk about sometimes, of like, you don't know initially when you are able to make people laugh in your real life and you're known as like a funny person, maybe in your family, and your friends, you don't know that will translate to the stage, because it's not always going to translate to the stage. And in fact, it can be like very different. And sometimes the opposite is true. Usually comics are pretty funny off stage, but sometimes they're just funny on stage. Right.
Yeah.
So it was like a leap of faith, or it is for a lot of people, to be like, okay, I think I'm funny. Now I'm going to see if I can be funny in this specific context with these skills. Yeah.
Plus it's like the thing that makes you funny, you might not even know, or you're like, I'm fucking, you know, I'm a badass. I'm Andrew Dice Clay, and it's like, you're not fucking this big personality, or, you know, like edgy or whatever. It's like, no, that's not what makes you funny. You're funny because you do whatever it is, you know. I
thought my writing was what was gonna like make it, like my first open mic. I rehearsed, sitting on my floor before I wrote out this full 4-minute set. It was one long story, and I was like, I am so ready, right? I'm going to like kill it. I have memorized it. I'm not even going to use notes. I'm going to do like 4 minutes. I did. Basically not a single laugh, right? Because I had written an amusing story. It was a well-crafted plot. You could follow. I'm like, but that's not a stand. Like, I realized it was so helpful after that first one in retrospect to be like, whoa.
There's no personality in it.
Not even, there wasn't much room for personality at that point, because I was so in my head about like getting the words right. But it like proved to me in one night that like there's something else to this. It's not just writing out amusing stuff. It's something else going on. And I left it alone for like a month. I was like, okay, I got a taste of that. I got one laugh because I said one off the cuff thing at the end, and that was kind of weird. That was the only funny part. That was the like part that was me. And then nothing. I didn't do anything with it for a month. And then, how graphic can I be on this?
Super fucking graphic.
Okay, cool. Buckle in. So I was seeing this woman actually, and
God,
gross. And she, it was pretty hot and heavy relationship. And one time when we were hooking up, she said to me out of nowhere, out of the blue, she said, "Bronwyn, you know who you look like? Anne Frank." Like right before she like fingered me, and
right before she hid in your attic.
You would not believe all the offshoots I've done. Like this moment was a catalyst for me, because I was like, something objectively, sure, horrifying, but very funny just happened, and this has now landed in my lap. You also kind of tense
up a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, like, she was stuck in there.
Right,
yeah.
you kind of start.
No. But I had to say this on stage, right? I was like, I just did this thing a month ago. That story didn't work. This story's going to work, because this is fucking insane.
It's hilarious.
Right? Yeah. So I basically had a really useful, funny story land in my lap that I was able to use before I had super great comedy writing skills. So what I was able to do is like see where I like, so I had the story and I already was getting laughs, and then I got to just play with it, and that's where my skills started, because I was like, okay, now I'm going to tweak. But it was so helpful. It was almost like training wheels, like to have that happen to me, because it was so just like, wow, this is crazy no matter what. And even if I fuck it up a little bit when I'm telling it, it's still going to be funny. I'm going to be able to like work with this. So
that actually is really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's a new story, so it's not like you're pulling something from your childhood. It's fresh.
It's recent. It just
you want to
happened.
talk about it still.
I'm emotional about it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I miss her. She was a professional chef at like one of the best restaurants in the city.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like a multiple Michelin star restaurant. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I fucked that up. I should have just like been cool about it.
Yeah.
I could deal with that. I've had worse happen to me.
I'm trying to think of like an eating joke here, but I don't know. Fill in the blank. I don't know. So what happened?
I did break up with her. I couldn't deal with it. I probably like.
It's a good lifestyle comparison, though, right? Like up late at night and like hectic and like
worked
crazy
really well,
coworkers.
But I was like, if you find that, because I was like, what are we doing here, right? Because it's a sexual moment. Was this supposed to be funny? Were you being honest?
I think that's the most honest thing you could say. I think she's looking in your eyes and being like, holy shit, you look like Anne Frank. And I'm kind of into it too, which is such a weird twist.
What? I'm like, and I'm Jewish, right? So I'm like, there's layers.
I was about to ask, are you Jewish?
Yeah, like kind of. And so
then you're like,
I know.
How'd you know?
It's literally just like, whoa, is this, I don't know. So
was she Jewish?
No, she was Latina. And I was like, and then I think she was talking to me later, because I think I did bring it up, like kind of. I was like, what was that about? And she was like, oh, just funny. But it's, yeah.
It's not really like flirty like, though.
No.
Yeah. It'd be like talking about like a fart
I'm not one of your
moment.
boys where you're just like, hey, you fucking look like Anne Frank. I'm like, I was your almost girlfriend. Why'd you do that?
That's so funny. But were you offended or?
No, I was offended by what she said about the other thing, which was like, I told her that I used to be like way chubbier, and she's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't know you back then. And I was like, all right.
I thought you loved my personality.
What the fuck?
That is funny.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's also a funny thing,
But.
So you broke up with her though?
I did, on Valentine's Day.
How poetic.
I felt bad. But I'm really bad at, like once I kind of know how I feel about something, it feels weird to be like, not gonna.
You're on a date and you're like, it's already over.
Yeah. Well, she would. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we'd be eating and she'd be like, I can't focus on eating because I want to like, fuck you so bad. I'm like, I don't relate. I really like eating.
Was she a stud?
No, she was not. She was I'd say we were both kind of like. Probably she was a little more masked than me, but. I like kind of go both ways in that, like I don't know if you've seen, but I tend to be like really, really dressy on stage. I like to play up the femme for performances. I think that probably goes back to dance. There's something about like the action of putting on the costume and the makeup and the hair, and it's like getting into character almost, even though I'm not really that different of a character on stage. I just really like the process of it. But off stage, I tend to look a little bit more relaxed and kind of masculine. I used to look really gay. Like when I started stand up, I was going full, like people did not think I dated men. And that was actually kind of nice.
Oh, because the monsters at the open mic didn't hit on you?
Yeah, genuinely. I was so safe in the beginning because everyone, like I looked so lesbian that everyone was like, absolutely, I don't even have a chance. Right. And unfortunately then I came, like you
wear a low cut shirt one time and everyone is just like on you. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not gay, you're bisexual?
I'm bisexual, but a real one.
Sure. No, I just had the Queenie bitch. Do you know this person?
Love Queenie, yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, we had a long conversation about bisexuality. That's actually the clip that's about to come out tomorrow is the punchline is like some straight white man. You a straight white man's telling me how to talk about oppressed people, And the guy's like, I'm not a straight white man. And then Queenie's like, oh, then what are you? And he's like, I'm pansexual. And she's like, shut up. It's pretty funny. I just butchered that entire thing. It's a little bit funnier in the clip.
No. But I mean, there is a thing. Like, I mean.
I get it.
Because, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to start the whole fight between bisexuality and pansexuality. I just like.
I know. I'm like, it's basically the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Some people do argue that, like, you know,
I know.
It's ugly when we get into it, but
it also took me. I literally started laughing because it was 20 minutes into the podcast. I brought up the fact that I also have a bisexual friend, right? Which I was like the whole time, I'm just like, just don't say it. And then, but anyways, my friend was just like, he's like, I think everybody can be pretty or something like that.
Absolutely.
Just like, like that's what I'm attracted to. Like everybody can be hot or whatever. Which I think that's kind of like a superpower. It's like, all right, cool, you know, and if it's easier to.
I appreciate beauty, you know?
Right. Sure. I think that's a cool concept. But as a straight man, and not to be like over macho, but just like, that does not click for me at all. Hey. And again, I don't want to be like, I'm not fucking gay or anything, but just like.
And that's how you know.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I think, and also, I think there's nothing wrong with that too. Like, I think there's been like such a swing of, again, I think this is a good thing that people are feeling more and more open to like be whoever they are and like love whoever they want to love. Like it doesn't make you
cool to be
less
gay.
Cool if you're straight. You like right.
I'm still a freaking ally. I swear to God.
Yeah. I mean, like it's like a little bit. But
I kissed a guy one time.
But you don't have to. As a bi girl who actually does like to date women, and I've dated more men than women, but that's because y'all are easier to date, and so
that's what Queenie said. He's like, bisexual men fuck more men because it's easier. Bisexual women have sex with more men because it's easier.
Yeah, we are given the playbook. Like most women grow up knowing how the whole thing works, because that's the whole heteronormative thing, right? We know how to interact with men. We're not taught how to interact romantically with women. It's not.
Plus, lesbian sex feels a little bit more secretive or whatever. Where
I wish
gay sex, it's like we'll figure it out. You know,
right.
Two guys, but it's like. I think we got it.
I wasn't prepared for so when you're with men, it's kind of the timing tends to revolve around your guys' like thing, right? Like once you finish, we need to like wait a second, right? Like there needs to be a reset. Like you literally can't. But like women, you don't have to. You can just keep going. That woman I dated
sounds like a high
just
libido,
just keep. And I was like, it's been 7 hours. Like, could we do something else?
That does.
I know we can. Doesn't mean we should. And maybe that's just like a me thing. But
that's like a drug. That's like you're getting high off that or something.
I know.
Right?
I was also like dehydrated as hell. You know, like it was just
fucking jaw hurts.
Yeah. I was like, can we?
That would be annoying though. I totally get that.
But it's like you don't want to be like I'm into you. That's not the problem. It's just like usually this. Again, and I don't.
Also, it's hard to tell your partner who wants to keep having sex, like, I'm done. Like,
right.
You don't want to be rude, like you said.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I'm still into you.
And so, also, that's like a difference in sexual drives. I'm not saying every woman does that, but I do know that there is that stereotype where, like, you can go a lot longer, you know, and not stop as much. So
yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know women could have an orgasm until this conversation. Yeah. So try something new.
Hey.
Okay. We're over an hour. So look to the camera and shout out your Instagram or show that you're going to be at or anything like that. You want to get out there?
So my Instagram is 6Bronwyn, like the B is a 6. Pretty cool. I'm going to be I have the Fight of the Funnies, which is at Zany's Rosemont on Monday. I don't know when this is going to come out, but that's on
2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Then I have Trauma Dumping. I run a show, Trauma Dumping, at the Lincoln Lodge once a month, and the next show is February 20th. Ooh. So you should be there. It's really fun. Tickets are $10, and it's always a great show.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. It was very fun. I'd love to do it again or to have you on with some of your friends or something like that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Drew. This was great.
Yeah. Good luck getting home. I don't know how the hell you're going to do it, but hopefully the train's running.
There's a train.
All right. Thank you so much. We are out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Cool.